Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, you are welcome. If you are an old subscriber, you are welcome. Please kindly subscribe to my channel in order to get notified whenever I post video on beautiful hairdress. Thank you. Now we're needing this manicure head. You can use your head as well. Measuring tape, Birdcage net, Alice band. You can use clip or hair comb, so it all depends on what you want to use. Needle and thread, matching color, scissors, crinoline. This is a small crinoline of 2.5 inches width. You can see the width is 2.5 inches. 2.5 inches. That is the width of the small crinoline. So that's what you will be using. Now let's take the head circumference. The measurement for the head circumference, you take it round. You can use your head to know your head circumference. You can see it gave me 20. Yours might be bigger. Majorly, head circumferences are just like 22 inches for people. So it all depends on your own head circumference. So 22 inches or 22.5 inches, depending on your own head circumference. So with this, I'll set it apart and bring out my Birdcage net, and I'll take the measurements. 22.5 plus 22.5 will give us 25 inches. So it's 25 inches that I'll be using. Just watch this tutorial to the end if you really want to get what we are doing here, if you want to get the perfect way of doing this design. So as I've measured out this 25 inches and as I have cut it out, just watch for the next step. I will fold it into two this way. You can see the way I folded into two equal parts. So as it is like this, I will measure it to be sure of my measurement. So it's still giving me the 12.5 inches. You can see it. When I fold it into two, it will give me 12.5 inches. But what I cut out is 25 inches. That is 25 inches, 22.5 plus 22.5. That was what I cut out. So as it is this way, I'll measure out like 4 inches. I hope you saw the 4 inches when it was down before I brought it up. So let me just be sure that this is properly placed. So I'll put my needle to be sure of where the 4 inches started. So I'll just place it there to give it a mark to know where to draw from. So as it is like this, I'll just use my scissors to cut out from this angle. I'll cut it like a curve this way. You can see the way I cut it out. Then I'll remove the pin. I'm using pinning it. So I'll open it up. So I'll sew from here like this until I come down here. So that is the way I will sew. Okay, please take note of it. So watch the way I'm going to sew it. You don't sew this like every other material. See, I'll put it inside like this and I'll tie it, because you know the hole in it is too much. Even if you tie your thread, it will still come out. So that's the reason why I needed to tie it this way before I start my sewing. So I'll cut out the excess thread, then I'll start sewing. So my sewing will just be like a running stitch. Just watch the way I'll be sewing in and out, in and out. So I'll keep sewing this way. You can see the way the sewing is going. So I've gotten to the ending part of it, as I told you. You can see the way it looks like because I took the measurements. So you keep sewing and make sure that when you are done sewing, you just tie up properly. You can see the way it's coming out already. Hope you can see it. So it's already forming the design we want to use. So I want to make sure it is strongly sewn. So when you are done, you just tie up this way. And cut out the excess thread. So you can see how this one is already coming out beautiful. Now the next step. So this crinoline will be making use of 3 yards of crinoline. 3 yards is what we'll be making use of. 3 yards is about 36 inches. 1 yard, then 36 times 3 will give you 3 yards. 36 inches is 1 yard, okay? 36 times 3 is 3 yards. So I'll be folding this tip this way and I'll be using my lighter to apply at the tip. And I'll use my fingertip to do it this way so that it doesn't fray. So I'll repeat the same procedure to this other ending as well. So I'll make sure I use my lighter to make it to stop fraying by what I just did. So I'll tie up the ending of my thread and I'll try tying the tip of this crinoline first that I used lighter on. Just tie it. So after tying it, I'll start sewing this way. Just watch what I'm doing. Hope you are watching closely. Hope you can see the way I am sewing. So as we are sewing, I prefer you be bringing out your needle and thread and you be dragging a bit so that when you get to the other ending, it will not be difficult for you to drag. As you are sewing, if you sew like 10 times or so, you drag and bring it out. Now I've gotten to this ending part of it. You can see the way it is. So once you get here, you drag. So the reason why I told you to drag as you are sewing is so that it won't be difficult when you get to the end. You can see the way it is for me because I haven't been dragging when I started, but I managed to skate through. So drag it properly. You can see the rosette design it came out with. So you can decide to style whichever way you want. So I'll decide to tie it up properly. So I'm just making it stronger so that the thread stays. So I'm just putting it in and out so many times so that it will be very strong. Now I'll bring this my bird cage design and I'll put this design on top of it. So as it is like this, you just sew. Make sure you attach it properly. You know this is a bird cage net so that it won't confuse you and you come and start putting your needle somewhere else. So you sew properly until you are sure it is tight and doesn't move out. So I'll bring my Alice band. You can use your comb or your hair clip as well. So what I'm using for this tutorial is Alice band, the plastic Alice band. So I'll put it and I'll still sew it so many times until I am sure the Alice band is strong on it. So you need to be very careful as you are sewing this so that this Alice band, as tiny as it is, doesn't enter into the bird cage net. So you can see the design is already coming out beautiful. How do you see it already? It is beautiful. Is it beautiful? Hope it's coming out beautiful. Now this is the way it is when it is being placed on a manicure head. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to tie it up. Thanks for watching.